Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans, and especially the haters of all ages, welcome to another episode of What the Hell. Fortunately, again, we're going back to the WWE with what the hell is the Fiend Bray Wyatt capable of? As people have talked about it, is once a superstar goes against the Fiend, or apparently just Bray Wyatt himself, it changes them. We're heading towards the Royal Rumble, where Daniel Bryan will be challenging The Fiend for the Universal Championship. So far, when we've seen The Fiend in action, he fought Finn Balor. Finn Balor took some time off, showed up in NXT, and did a heel turn. Shocking. Seth Rollins faced The Fiend. And this one took a little longer, as we saw him start kind of changing after Hell in the Cell, although most of us like to forget that that took place. And then especially after whatever the last Saudi show was, where he lost the title, it was still a slow burn on the heel turn, until finally post-Survivor Series, when that heel turn really took effect and he aligned himself with AOP. Daniel Bryan was a little bit quicker on this one, but I think that's because Daniel Bryan was technically at the time a tweener. He wasn't really a face, he wasn't really a heel. He was being cheered by the fans, but he wasn't quite embracing the yes movement again, until after the Fiend pulled him under the ring and we saw the hair being shaved off, and Daniel Bryan went missing for like all of 2 weeks. 2 weeks, that's it. And they were treating like, we have to find him, and God bless, Miz became the superhero. I will find Daniel Bryan, which then got Bray Wyatt coming after the Miz. So fast forward, Miz faced Bray Wyatt. It was not for the Universal title, and it wasn't The Fiend. It was just Miz versus Wyatt. Miz lost. Daniel Bryan, with a nice clean shave, returned, saving Miz. So now, we fast forward in time again. The Miz is just so focused on Bray Wyatt and The Fiend, and what he did to the family, and how he got into the daughter's room, and what he was doing to his family, and the threats. This overtook The Miz to the point where he, I guess we're going to say, he let The Fiend in. And Miz has now done a heel turn. But what's so great that they're doing with these ones is they're all slow burns. They didn't just, face him and, hey, I'm suddenly a new attitude. There's slow burns on them. It's taking their time, and that's actually really good storytelling for it. The question is, what's going to happen to Daniel Bryan at Royal Rumble? Because he'd already been affected by The Fiend one time, which has got him to embrace the yes movement again. It healed him. If he loses this time, is it going to hurt him? Are we going to see a Daniel Bryan perform a heel turn post-Royal Rumble? That's my question for it. So, we'll see what happens. I don't see The Fiend losing the belt before WrestleMania. Just because he'll be a big spectacle on the grandest stage of them all. So, if Daniel Bryan loses, what do you think is going to be the effect of him? Do you think it's going to change him at all? Especially, he had a promo a while back on SmackDown saying, everyone's been changed by him except for me. Well, no, Daniel, you were changed. You weren't embracing the yes movement. So, we'll see. So again, that's it for another episode. Please leave in the comments, what do you feel? One, do you like the Fiend character? How do you feel about him being used to kind of change superstars to heels, or in Daniel Bryan's case, a face, to change their characters around and to give some sort of reason for it. Other than that, please be sure to like, share, subscribe. Leave us your thoughts. And with that said, you know, there's a lot of shit going on in the world. Just be nice. Take care of people. Take care of yourself. Live life to the fullest. Alright, later days. So now it begs the question, where does Miz go? We saw John Morrison. Hold on, scratch. Future Steven doing editing. Scratch off the where does Miz go.